Welcome to season 2 of the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Brett Steele, and I am joined, as always, again by Jonathan Detroit Haynes. What's going on, man?
Yo, what's up?
What's up? And also joining us, Mr. Phil Ruxy. Phil, how you doing?
Pretty good. I just want to go ahead and get this out of the way. Yes, I'm in a closet. Let's get over that. Let's move past that.
All right, so we're coming back a little bit early before the rookie draft here to do our NFL draft preview show. So the format that we have set up is kind of a we each have what?
Hold on, I got a question or not a question, but we're still doing the phone calls into the KDFL podcast, and I actually have a phone call today.
Okay, I saw it come in, but okay, whatever. Let's go ahead. Let's get this over with.
Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but let me try.
Probably not.
Can you hear
me? Yeah, this is Mike, long-time listener, fourth-time caller. Just want to call in, so I'm glad that you guys are back. It's a welcome sight, and here you guys making content again. I just have one question. What the hell took so long? You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of a crisis going on, and this is the first bit of content that we have received from you guys. And you know what? I blame one person, and that's the host. That's the host, not host, the thief. Brett, I'm talking to you. All right, I understand. You've had a rough couple of weeks. Falcons put out some of the most hideous uniforms the world's ever seen, and you like them, which means your taste is some of the worst the world's ever seen. So I feel for you there. All right, I get it. But still, the question remains, what the hell? Thanks. I'll hang up and listen.
Oh, hang on. All right, let's do it right now. You can't do a jersey reveal and then reveal old uniforms. That's my whole point. You can't build them up as something new coming out and then say, oh, we did this build up, we did this long process, and we just re-rolled out 1990. I think they'll look great on the field. The one is a color rush. It's a specialty uniform. It's not what they're going to have.
The gradient is horrible. It's
horrible. It's different.
No, it's horrible.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad. It's really.
I think it's going to look good on the field. Chrome face mask. We all know how I'm a big face mask guy. The chrome face masks are going to look good.
Chrome face masks are nice though.
Yeah. So
I like the all white uniforms. They're cool.
Yeah. So and the ATL. A lot of grief about the ATL. That is the chant for the team. I'm sorry no one says DAL or DET over and over, but that is the chant for the team. If you know, then you know.
I mean, if that's all you got, that's all you got.
Anyway, our draft preview right now, we all, we each have, 1/3 of the picks going through. We all have an engineer to take our favorite team's pick as well. Order is, let me get it pulled up. It starts off with me, and then to Phil, and then to Detroit, who will come in with the Lions' first pick. So we're already into an early part of the podcast, and of course, we need a good rant right now to start us off with the first pick. Here's my rant. Okay, I don't want to screw up this mock draft and send it, into turmoil by doing what I really think the Bengals should do. So I'm going to take Joe Burrow right here, just so it doesn't throw everything else, for a loop. But if I'm the Bengals, I know you have to take the hometown quarterback, because if he turns out to be good and you passed, you'll be a laughingstock. But I don't trust Joe Burrow. I don't trust a flash in the pan type season where he just comes on strong. I think Chase Young is far and away the best athlete in this draft, and the best overall player. So, and I think you have enough set up in Dalton. Dalton is good enough to win with right now. So Brett would personally take Chase Young here with the Bengals or trade out of it. Oh, by the way, we're doing this draft, no trades, just the picks of the teams. So it won't get too out of whack there. But yeah, I'll go Joe Burrow with the Bengals for the first pick against my will.
All right. I mean, I expected you to go Burrow anyways. So I think clearly with number 2, I think the Redskins, I wouldn't say they're sold on Haskins, but I think they're comfortable with Haskins right now. So clearly I have to take the best player on the board overall, and that's going to be Chase Young, the rusher out of Ohio State. the guy's ridiculous. He put up 30.5 sacks in his 3 years at OSU. He's just a freak of nature. I got his numbers here. Let me look at those real quick. I got to make this a long one. The dude is 6'5", 264. His arms are 33 3/4 inches.
We're getting near dodgeball plot.
All right. Hey, I printed these for a reason.
Before the call, Phil says keep the pick short.
You're the one that took 2 minutes.
Yeah, you took like
It's
2
the
minutes.
first pick. And it had a
All
caveat.
right. Anyways, at number 2, Redskins take Chase Young. That's my pick for them.
All right. So I'm next with my Detroit Lions. And every mock draft I see, the Lions are taking Okudah from Ohio State. And they do need a defensive back after trading Darius Slay. I think that's way too high for a defensive back. I'm just never convinced to take a DB top 5. Plus, the Lions will do something that no one expects them to do. No, I'm not going to go with a quarterback. The Lions have one of the worst linebacker depths in the entire NFL. They have no one that can cover anyone coming out of the backfield. So I think they're going to, if they stay at 3, which I don't expect them to, I think they're going to take Isaiah Simmons, linebacker, Clemson. And I'm not going to run down how many reps he did at the bench press or how fast he ran the 440 like Phil does. But
What's his hand size though?
Hey,
what's his hand size?
9.5.
I didn't say the 40 time because Chase Young didn't run one.
But do you have Isaiah Simmons' hand size?
Yeah, it's 33.4. It's a little smaller than Chase Young's. He ran a 4.39 40 though. He's pretty quick.
That's his hand. Yeah, he did run 4.39.
Oh,
yeah.
You said hands.
He's a freak.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say he doesn't have
Yeah,
33.4.
I looked at the wrong column. He has 9 inches.
Yeah, and I think Simmons can play I know he played a little bit of safety in college, but I expect him to be mostly a linebacker. So that's who I'm taking.
Okay. Okay, so that flips it back to me with the Giants. I would have went Simmons if you passed with this pick here. So given their young nucleus on offense, I know the Giants' defense is atrocious right now, but you invested in the quarterback with a high pick last year. You have Barkley. You need to shore up that O-line. So let's go ahead and get one of those Alabama big boys in let's see, Wills. Yeah, Wills in there.
Jedrick Wills.
Yeah.
Is that all you got on him?
Yeah. 10 seconds
quick.
was set.
Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, yeah. All right, so I've bounced. Okay, so number 5 is the Dolphins, and clearly we know what they need, everything, but a quarterback most of all. And I bounced back and forth on this pick. I've actually drawn it out a couple times. I don't know. Tua's injury stuff just scares me, so I think I'm going to go Justin Herbert here with the Dolphins at 5. And I'm going to pass on Tua.
All right. Yeah, he's been a big mover here late. Seems like a lot of people are saying he's moving past Tua. I'm next with the Chargers at 6. They also need a quarterback bad. I could see them trying to leapfrog Miami to come up and get Justin Herbert. But if they have to stay, I think they'll take a chance on Tua. I don't believe he's going to drop all the way towards the bottom of the first round. So I'm going to go with
dropping right now.
Huh?
I've heard he's dropping right now. Why is that?
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying, but
what's changed? You know what I mean? I don't understand.
I just wonder if his hip isn't actually healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I heard there was something about a wrist injury they weren't aware of.
This guy, there's no chance. I'm sorry, he's gonna be good when he's out there. There's no chance this guy stays healthy. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm sorry, there's no chance, dude. Anything else on Tua there?
No, I do think if he stays healthy, I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. But I was really big on hoping the Lions would take him because I think Stafford's got a couple years left. But I think he's just going to be injury prone.
Okay. Let's see. That brings me up with the Panthers, right?
Yep.
Panthers, blah, 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 whatever. I don't know how I got their pick. We'll go ahead and go defensive line here. They need to replace Gerald McCoy, who's getting up there in age. They need an interior pass rush. So let's go ahead and get what a lot of people are calling, the best, one of the best athletes in the draft as well, just a freak from size-wise. So Derek Brown, Auburn. Let's go ahead and grab him here with the 7th pick in the Panthers.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't get a hold of Matt Bryant.
This guy. Just let me live.
All right, so I'm up next with the Cardinals at number 8. They need some offensive line help pretty bad too. So I think with this pick, I'm going to go Mekhi Becton, tackle out of Louisville. And that's all I got.
Really? I mean, you can't give us anything out of that?
What do you want, Detroit? What do you want? Huh?
What did he run the 40?
I don't think he ran. Let me check.
Okay,
Yeah, the lineman didn't run.
Have 40 time.
How about a bench press? You got a bench press?
Nobody's got 10.75-inch hands. That's pretty big.
Nice. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. So.
All right, so I'm next with the Jags, and it looks like they need defensive back, line help on both sides, and running back. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get a quarterback. Are we sold on Minshew or whatever? I'm not.
Yeah, but who do you got? I mean, now you're reaching for one of the ones left.
Yeah, but what I've been reading a lot lately, C.J. Henderson, defensive back out of Florida, has been kind of rising in a lot of these mocks, which are never right. So I'm going to take C.J. Henderson for the Jags at number 9.
Henderson, where is he? Oh, quarterback. Yeah. People say that like you're reaching for a quarterback right now, and I did this with I'll do it again with our KDFL draft preview. If the quarterback's right, it'll never a reach. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I
that
in a player.
Yeah, so it's kind of but I mean especially that position. But I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, like who cares if you take him at 10th instead of 25th or what have you, or the first round instead of the second. If he turns out to be right, I mean you're set. So, okay, the Browns. Shout out Mike McGee, Baker lover, denier of facts.
Was there a beef going on this week about Baker with you and him?
Kyler Murray behind Baker Mayfield might be one of the most ridiculous sports takes I've ever heard out of what is sometimes considered a rational man.
Why is it?
What do you mean? I mean, I don't understand. What are we doing? Like, I don't get how it was close. That was awful last year. To tack on with that a bad attitude on top of everything else? Like, no. Me and my boy Colin Cowherd are 1,000,000% right on.
Do you not believe
Baker
that it was just a little sophomore jinx? Maybe he'll figure out this third year.
That is a hell of a jinx.
Look at the talent he had around him, though.
I mean, well, the thing is, they poison pilled him too with taking away his offensive line, which brings me to my 10th pick. We have to get Baker some help. He's obviously not good enough to do this on his own, so we're gonna need to baby him and make sure everything's perfect for old little Bakey Bake. So we'll go with where did he go? The Georgia Andrew Thompson, tackle Georgia.
Thomas,
that guy.
By the way, that was the longest segue to that pick ever. I mean, you really worked for that one.
I brought me up. No, Detroit. We had to talk through.
Yeah, hit the top. Come on, Phil.
Yeah, but it came back around. He said that would bring me up to my next pick.
Oh, it was a good segue. That's what it's called in the biz.
Yeah.
That's why he's the host, not host.
He's the host. That's fine.
Does Phil know he's on the clock?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking. Okay. All right. So I have the Jets at 11 here. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing here?
I don't know. You're the one with that dumbass hat on your head.
Hey. Whoa. All right. Okay. I think they're going to go receiver here. And I think they're going to go CeeDee Lamb. Out of Oklahoma. The dude's a speedster. Well, kind of. He runs a 4.5 40. That's not great, but still 6'2", 198. Not horrible size for a receiver, but not great either. But I think they're going to go CeeDee Lamb with this pick.
Fool's gold, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this spot in the first round is where I think a lot of wide receivers are going to start going.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders definitely need one, and that I have them with pick 12, and I'm going to take the wide receiver out of Alabama, Jerry Jeudy. I've watched him against Michigan, and he just destroyed them. He looks like the real deal to me. I think he might end up being the best wide receiver out of this draft.
I think he is. I think he is. I think CeeDee Lamb could be good, but I think he's kind of blinded by like the offense he's in. Like, is he really good, or is that offense really good? So, I mean, I don't trust a lot of wide receivers coming out of the Big 12. But I mean, Phil has it right. I mean, that's about where he'll probably go. And I hate to do this because it feels unrealistic, but with the Niners at the 13th pick, I think they traded up here to get wide receiver help. They need, with Emmanuel Sanders leaving, I don't even want Henry Ruggs is who they're going to have to get here because the other two just got sniped in front of them. So, we traded up here to get a wide receiver. Henry Ruggs is the one that's left. Henry Ruggs is the one we're going with.
And he's small. He's a really small receiver, but he is very fast, though. So
yeah, he's got Hayward Bay written all over him, in my opinion.
Which, that's not a great pick. So that's what you're hoping for, isn't it?
I have no ill will towards the Niners.
Okay, yeah, right.
I don't just like the Niners.
All right, so I got the Buccaneers at 14. In my little mock draft I did beforehand, somehow I had Andrew Thomas falling to them at that pick. But you took him back at 10, so Brady's going to need help. I mean, on the line. I mean, there's no doubt about it. So I think I'm going to have to go Tristan Wirfs, the tackle out of Iowa, with this pick.
I'm seeing him on my list.
20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that comes to me, right?
Yeah.
Broncos. Okay, I'm just not seeing this after we're doing this draft. And we still have Okuda on the board, don't we?
God, yeah.
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 Lions are his only hope.
Yeah, I kind of threw you guys off with that. And then I took C.J. Henderson for the Jags at 9.
I think you're right now realizing that you didn't take Okuda when he was still out there.
No, I've been reading
I think
a lot.
That's what's happening in real time.
I hadn't been reading a lot about C.J. Henderson. I did start getting hyped up about him, but yeah, we definitely screwed that up, everybody. I apologize. So I'm going to take.
Whoa. What is this we?
You could have picked him after I skipped.
I don't have anybody that needs a cornerback.
Yeah, hey, my teams are pretty good at corner.
Whoa, Glass House, you know.
Whatever. Anyways, number 15, we're taking that guy from Ohio State, defensive back Jeff Okuda. Yeah, we definitely screwed that up.
And
did not screw that up.
Who's what's the next pick? Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Next pick are the flashy and beautiful first round loaded
my eyes.
Atlanta Falcons. This is pretty simple. Whatever. Just give us another defensive lineman until we get it right. I'm very happy to see Kinlaw from South Carolina drop this far. So the rumor is right now they'll trade up to try to get him. So if we could get him right where we're setting, that would be great. So let's go ahead and take Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina, with this pick.
All right, and that brings us to pick 17. I'll probably make a couple people in the league angry with this pick. Who knows? That's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. In my mock draft, I had them taking, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, K'Lavon Chaisson from LSU, the edge rusher.
He's from LSU. It's French. It's probably like Chasson.
Okay, K'Lavon Chaisson.
That's my guess.
That sounds good. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that at this pick. K'Lavon Chaisson out of LSU.
All right, not bad. Yeah. So the Dolphins here, they got so many picks. They might not even have this pick if they make a trade up. I actually think they might take a chance at a running back. And I'm going to go ahead and give them DeAndre Swift out of Georgia.
early for a running back, but he's pretty good though.
Okay. Hold on. Freezing up here. Swift. Okay. So Raiders next up.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Number 18 or 19.
Raiders, I would think they're going to need some more help defensively right now. I like their O-line. I like, obviously, Jacobs is doing well. So with the Raiders right here, I think we need to get defensive help. So let's see. We still got Patrick Queen out there? I believe
He's
so.
gone.
Yeah. So let me get Patrick Queen with this pick, linebacker LSU.
All right, moving on to pick number 20, the Jaguars. Let's see. Who did you have him taken earlier? Somebody had him earlier, didn't they? Had C.J. Henderson. Okay.
Yeah, that's where Akuda probably could have went, huh?
Oh yeah, that's true.
What? What? Cool. You guys want to start all over?
No, we're good. We're good. All right, so got the corner. They need some O-line help again too, though. But the next guy's pretty far down. So who did I have him take it?
This is great.
Here it is. Yeah.
TV.
You know what? I'm gonna have him doubling up on corner. I'm gonna go Christian Fulton, cornerback LSU.
Detroit is up now with the Eagles.
All right. I can see the Eagles actually going wide receiver here. They need help there. So I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson out of LSU. He's kind of a decent-sized receiver at 6'1". So they need help really bad on the outside there. So taking them.
All right, so my first of two Vikings picks right here. We're going to keep – we worked on the center last year, getting that O-line tightened up, so we'll keep building on that now. They're kind of in win now territory, so getting the O-line seems like one of the final pieces. Josh Jones, tackle out of Houston. Very, very athletic, strong candidate to keep Kirk going and keep Cook running, so – we'll go Josh Jones, Houston.
All right, and I have the next pick number 23, and that is going to be the New England Patriots. Okay, so I went back and forth on this one. Does Bill really pull the trigger with this pick to get Tom Brady's replacement? I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of early, but I think Belichick is going to go Jordan Love here, quarterback out of Utah State.
See, and that's why I think Jordan Love is going to be – I mean, we might get more on this later, but that's why I think he's going to be the best quarterback in the class. Not because of skill, but because of opportunity. These other guys are going to train wrecks of franchises.
All right, so I'm going to go – I got the next pick in Brett's second favorite team out of New Orleans. The Saints, they need a little help on the defensive side of the ball. Especially at linebacker. So I'm going to take Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma.
I think that's a little bit of a drop for him, I think, which is good.
Thanks.
There's a couple of spaces, I think.
Yeah, so let's see. I fixed the Vikings offensive line, the first pick. We'll fix the defensive line. Unlimited upside potential. I don't know how to say his full last name. Gross Matos. Is that it?
I'm glad you picked him.
Sure.
I almost
Gross
didn't
Matos?
pick him just because of the name. But 20 tackles for loss last season, or in 2018. So ridiculous upside potential. So that's where I'm going to go.
All right. And I have pick 26, which is the Dolphins. And let's see. Somehow I got the Dolphins twice. I don't even know how. Took Herbert with the first pick, and Detroit took Swift with their second pick. So I think with this pick, we're going to get some help on the O-line. And let's see. Maybe not. Okay. This is where it gets hard. And you just took Matos, so can't go there. Let's see. Let's go Ross Blacklock, defensive tackle, TCU.
Tackle.
All right.
You see it? I don't even see him.
31.
Oh, he's at the top there. I got you.
All right. So now with pick 27 is the Seahawks, which is Clark's favorite team, second favorite team, I should say. It looks like they need help on both sides of the line there on offense and defense. They always seem to have problem with their offensive line. You got Russell Wilson always running his butt off back there and just chucking it down the field. Usually it turns out well for them. But I see them going Cesar Ruiz, center out of University of Michigan.
The homer pick.
Yeah.
This guy. Ravens up next, and I think they're going to be, continue to be all in on the Lamar Jackson show. I almost went defensive line with this pick, but I don't trust Mark Ingram long-term health-wise, and I think that a great running back is crucial. So Jonathan Taylor still out there, outstanding career at Wisconsin. So let's go Jonathan Taylor right here with this pick for the Ravens and keep that offense electric.
You said electric.
Electric.
All right, so we're going to go back to me so we can stay on point where everyone picks for their own team. So Phil will be up next with the Packers. The Titans, looks like they need a little bit of everything, except I don't think they need a running back. With that said, I see them going offensive line and – oh, wait, no, not offensive line. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's go with Zach Bond, linebacker, Wisconsin.
Back-to-back Badgers.
Yeah.
All right, and now we get to the Packers at pick 30. And I hate to say this, but not Brady. How did I call him Brady? Oh, I got to take this out now. Sorry.
Goat.
Aaron Rodgers is getting old. We know that. But I also think if the Packers took, which it would be early for another quarterback, but if they took a quarterback here, that would really piss Rodgers off.
That's not it.
So I'm not going to do that. And Adams is clearly a top receiver, but that's all they have. So I think they're going to go with another receiver here. And I think they're going to take Denzel Mims, wide receiver out of Baylor.
Okay. All right. I have Clark's Niners here with their second pick.
I wish I had this pick.
We went wide receiver the first time. I really don't want to go back-to-back wide receivers with this pick. I don't think that situation's that bad with Debo. With Debo in there, I think, and the defensive line is obviously ridiculous. We could get some cornerback help with Sherman getting up there as well. I think I am going to do that. Let's go ahead. Jalen Johnson. I believe he has not been picked yet. Yeah, Jalen Johnson, cornerback out of cornerback out of Utah. So I'll take him to keep that Niners defense going. Now, Detroit, who are you going to take?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take this guy for the Chiefs, even though they definitely don't need this position.
No, who are you going to take for the Niners pick if you want?
That's what I'm saying. It's a wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
And I just don't see this guy dropping out of the first round. That's T. Higgins out of Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's too good to fall out of first. The Chiefs really need a defensive back, but just for the sake, I don't want this guy to fall out of the first round. I'm taking T. Higgins, wide receiver, Clemson.
Okay. So that's it. I mean, that's all the picks right there. What I want to do kind of now is go with some popular questions. I'm kind of springing this on you guys. I kind of buried the lead a little bit when I went over mine, but of the quarterbacks, we'll say like the power. I mean, there's a few. If you have a dark horse, you can go with them too. But the quarterbacks that are in this draft, who do you see? Not mainly who's the best, but who do you see having the best career? We'll start with Detroit on this.
I'm going Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I like the way he throws the ball.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think any of these guys are going to be just like a stud. I think they're going to be good. They're a couple of good quality guys, but I don't think you're going to see like I know I was going to say Patrick Mahomes, but you don't see anybody like Patrick Mahomes. But you know what I'm saying. You're not going to see Rodgers or somebody like that.
Yeah.
I think you'll get some of them going to make a couple Pro Bowls, but so I'm going with him.
All right, Phil, what do you think?
Well, I don't think Joe Burrow is going to live up to expectations, but I still think out of all these guys, he's going to have the best career. Even though it's with the Bengals, I mean, they've got to have some good years eventually. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see. A couple good ones with them.
Yeah,
the
and
thing
he went to a Pro Bowl a couple times, didn't he? I think.
Yeah. They're so close to putting everything together. I mean, they have Mixon now. If they could keep AJ Green there and healthy, he still has a few years left in him. Sure up that O-line. I mean, get the defense moving. I just don't think a quarterback is – they're not fixed with a decent quarterback right now. I mean, I think they still have a lot of issues, and that's in a very, very tough division. So I'd like to see him trade out of it, but I don't think it's going to happen because you can't pass with the public pressure that they'd be under. You can't pass on the hometown kid first overall. So, okay. So what else do we have going on? Yes. Okay. So housekeeping items. We are going to switch up this podcast to where it is not just focused on the KDFL Fantasy Football League. We'll talk about some sports in general and hit on the league as we go. Try to do a weekly pod with that. With that being said, it doesn't make much sense to continue calling this the KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast. So what we need is suggestions from the audience as far as what name you would like to have us called. I tried to push for the BS Podcast, but that is taken every other way, and Detroit wouldn't let me get my diva on to have that name. So we would like to hear from the audience some suggestions, and then we will talk them through and come to you next week with a new title for the show. Gentlemen, what else do you guys have?
Nothing really. I mean, if they want to write in or call, like Mike called in this week.
Disrespectful call.
Ask us some questions. We're always up for that. I mean, we're going to keep that kind of format, but we just want to, like you said, go a little bit deeper and not always just about our fantasy football league. So if there's a subject out there you guys want us to talk about, holler at us.
Yeah. And the next time we do this, we'll probably have NFL draft reactions, assuming that it goes on as planned.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, what you got, buddy?
I don't have much. Just everyone remember to try to stay safe and keep social distancing as best as you can. I know
Phil,
a lot of people.
Please come out of the closet, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out of the closet right after we're done here.
He's been waiting all show.
All right.
All right. So, you don't need to do your stupid sign off or not?
Sure. I mean, you got to go to us.
I was going to, but I was closing it out because I'm rusty.
I mean,
so.
You just called it a stupid sign off.
When I say, do you have anything else? That's the go-to.
Oh, okay.
It's not my fault if you guys missed the signals. So go ahead, Detroit. Go. There you go. This is your sign off. Go.
Okay. I just want to end with everybody stay safe out there.
Oh, God.
God bless you. We're all rooting for you. We love you.
Root for who?
You suck.
We're rooting for who? Humankind?
Everyone. Yeah.
We're just rooting for everybody?
That's right. Well, I mean, why not?
Okay. Phil. Mr. Phil, Roxy. What do you got, buddy?
I don't have anything. I'm good.
What about you got a phone number or anything there, Phil?
Yeah. How do they contact us, Phil?
Dude, I wasn't prepared for that.
Okay.
Oh, God help us. This is why you lost your hosting duties.
Did Phil freeze on your screen?
And he froze on us.
He slapped
right.
the papers and froze.
Yeah, well. All right.
Well, the
Take
best
care.
part is I can't stop this recording. He's recording it. All right.
Oh, my
So
God.
just so we have it on here. Oh, wait.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can hear you. Tell the people how to get a hold of us.
Hold up. Did you see what happened there? They kicked me out.
You slapped the
Yeah.
papers and it was done.
I hope you're still recording.
It says it is, but I don't know if it recorded when I went out.
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
In the rare event somebody would want to talk to us, Phil, can you please tell them how to get a hold of us?
I'm still looking it up. Hold on. Wasn't it pinned somewhere? I can't find it.
We will have our contact details next show.
How about,
I forgot how you
I'll
get the
take
pin
this.
stuff. How do you do that? I don't remember.
I got this. I got it.
Okay,
If
never mind.
anybody wants to contact us, you can call 1-901-609-KDFL. Once again, that's 1-901-609-KDFL.
Okay,
Alright.
apparently I won't be here next week because I don't know anything. So
And for the ever talented Mr. Phil Bruxy and Jonathan Detroit Haynes, I'm Brett Steele. We will see you next week on the newly named KDFL Fantasy Football Podcast.
Go Blue.